I want to move an amendment to this resolution. And the amendment is simply going to ask the government to agree to delete the words wherever they appear in the ultimate paragraph, the words 30th day of May 2020, and substitute them for the words 11th of May 2020. And this is in line, before I formally move it and ask for a seconder, this is in line with our thinking that Parliament needs to have the superintendence of this at more regular intervals. In the discussions we had below, we indicated that we felt that 30 days was simply too long, that the Parliament ought to exercise its right at more frequent intervals to review what the executive is doing. And so that is the reason for it. I think we are not arguing over methodology so much, although I'll come to some of the issues we have with execution of this. But our view is that we ought to give Parliament an opportunity to review this on a more frequent basis. So that will come. Madam President, I was interested when Senator Penfield was talking, and he said that, when you are, because of this order that's now been put in place, and the government has given landlords the edict or mandate that I think it's 40% off, and you get to defer the payments in 3 months, and so on and so forth, and that what he said was, you cannot be expelled without a court order. And if the landlord shows up, you must ignore him. That's all fine and good, but Paul Adley, the late Paul Adley, used to be Attorney General. Once said he had a client, and the client asked for his advice. And his advice to the client was, that's not possible. You can't be arrested. You can't be taken to jail. He said, but the client said to him, but lawyer, I am in jail. I'm calling you from jail. And Anthony says, no, you can't. I'm telling you, it's against the law. You can't be arrested. He says, but lawyer, I'm in jail. I'm in jail. I'm calling you from jail. So, I'm sorry. But that ain't much comfort to tell these people, ignore the police, because the landlord will throw you out. Well, yeah, you could sue. You could do whatever you want. If he wants his premises, he can take it back. That's the point I want to make. And the more serious point is for the Attorney General to explain, because a lot of people who are landlords have been saying, they looked at this, and I'm not sure, is it now in an order, or is this just part of the negotiations that the government made? This is now part of the order. No, okay, so this is a statement made by the Prime Minister that they've negotiated the situation. Yes, please.
Chair recognizes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the Emergency Powers COVID-19 Amendment Number 4 Regulations of 2020, one we tabled today, the Governor General, His Excellency, conferred upon the competent authority the power by order to defer the payment of rent by tenants, A, whose business has been closed, and B, whose employment has been terminated as a result of the state of public emergency. So either someone who's lost their business or who's lost their job, in respect of any of these two, the competent authority has the power to make an order. Now, what has happened is a framework has been announced in Parliament and circulated in documentary form over social media, but the order has not yet been perfected. And that is because we were waiting for the competent authority to work out all the bells and the whistles of the proposed plan. So sometime over the course of this week, an order will ultimately be settled to capture the specific mandates reflected in the program that was announced in the House of Assembly today.
So right now, it's not an order. Right now, it's not an order, but within a matter of days, it will be a formal order. So it's a framework that's been announced.
Yeah.
So the issue is, you will no doubt justify and explain how, and this arose with the insurance companies as well, how, under the terms of Article 29, you can, I'm using the word interfere, in a contractual relationship between two parties and actually stop them from collecting money which is owed to them, and then say that they have an obligation to carry out the terms of the contract, notwithstanding that the person has not paid.
It's very simple. The orders do not purport to deprive anybody absolutely of a contractual entitlement. It defers it. There's a difference, a fundamental difference. You're not saying that we are going to prevent you for the period of emergency from being able to not just to collect, but for any debt to accrue during the course of it. What it does is defers the ability to call in the debt for the period of emergency, and then a period is provided in which the person can pay the debt or come to an acceptable arrangement as a matter of contract between himself and the party.
What is the recourse for a landlord who agrees to this or accepts that you have the legal right to do this? What is his recourse when this deferred agreement does not work? Is the government, and this is the point, is the government under Article 29 not ultimately responsible for making good the losses of the landlord?
I'm not there to offer legal opinions on prospective or hypotheticals, okay? While I understand the genuineness of the inquiry, that is not my job. I'm satisfied that the competent authority has the authority and the legal power under the emergency order to defer certain contractual obligations, not to strip anybody of a contractual right, but merely to defer the exercise of certain rights, having regard to the unfortunate position in which both landlords, tenants, insurance companies, people who are expected to pay insurance premiums while they don't have jobs, and the little salary that they have that would have paid the premium in part or most of it has to be devoted to something a little more fundamental, like eating and feeding your family. Yes, the authority has the power to defer. Thank you.
No, I understand that. But, it comes down to this. Our legal advisors say that ultimately the government under Article 29 is responsible for any loss to the landlord. Ultimately responsible. So the reason why I raise it is because there are obviously two ways you can tackle this. Either you can just give the cash payment, or you pick it up at the back end. And that's on that point. Yes, right.
The government does see the interest of the citizens. Support because of the the government does have a program for rent support. Okay, and so to a certain extent, steps have been taken to seek to ameliorate what we saw would be a problem. I think the difficulty goes somewhere between the area captured by the Rent Support Initiative of National Insurance and higher rents. And I note that the Prime Minister did set in his communication a upper limit of $2,000 per month. Well, obviously, somebody capable of paying $2,000 a month wouldn't obviously require rent support from National Insurance.
Well, I've just had the recent experience with this rental support. The rental support is limited by the announcement of social services to $1,800 per year. The problem with both National Insurance now and social services is that the bureaucracy is so bogged down that it's taking so long for people to get paid. In the meantime, pressures are building up. And then let's go one step further with regard to this. You're also saying in the framework, as I understand it, that the banks have also agreed to accept deferred payments from the landlords. And does that affect the interest which landlords will have to pay on mortgages? You see, because all of the packages which the banks have offered to people, they all say, oh, you don't have to pay. I think one bank called me and said, oh, you can opt out. But the interest continues to accrue.
Well,
the interest continues to accrue. I'm sorry, give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, give me a second. The reason I say it is because remember when we've had the first debate on this matter, our view was that the government ought to devise an omnibus method to put a pause on everything. Well, government has means to get money. And you either pay now or you pay at the back end. Yeah. Of course. You can do it. You can do it if you wish. Yes, I'm sorry you want to say.
It is always interesting to hear the boundless optimism of opposition. I don't know. Were I sitting in the seat that you're sitting in, sir, I'd be saying the same things you'd be saying. And were you sitting in this seat, you'd be saying the same things that I'm saying. Because in this seat, we have to actually make sure that when we write the check, it's cash. That's our duty. So while we are doing everything in our power to extend support, assistance to those most in need, we can only do so in a way that doesn't sink the whole ship, meaning the whole entirety of the financial system of the Bahamas. And so we cannot write checks that cannot cash. Okay? And we can only do so in a prudential manner. There are perils when, and I heard the point about the bureaucracy, and I agree the frustrations can be enormous. Okay? Particularly for persons less well educationally equipped than, for example, a trained attorney such as yourself. You're dealing with humble people, ordinary people, suddenly confronted with a barrage of requests. I need this document, I need that document. Pull up. Well, I've been making my contributions to national insurance all these years now. You tell me I'm trying to get some help. And all of a sudden I got to come and find the birth certificate of my great-great-grandma, that sort of thing. I understand that. But there's a balance to be struck, as I always say, between prudence and rashness. And perhaps we are too prudent, and we could loosen up, and I'll urge the minister to look at simplifying matters, okay? Thanks.
I'm getting to the point, therefore, by going through all of this. Sure. Yeah. Sure. And he,
I think we now to move the resolution of the business of the Senate do continue beyond 7 p.m. This evening, the 27th day of April, 2020, Monday.
It has been moved and seconded that the business of the Senate go extend beyond 7 p.m. April 27th, 2020. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Nay. The ayes have it. The Senate extends beyond 7. Thank you. Senator Mitchell?
Yes, as I was saying, the reason I was going through this is because what is happening over these last weeks, and I hear maybe this is coming to be a philosophical difference between us. We believe quite firmly that the Bahamas is a country for the consent of the government. It is not a country of coercion. And much as we would like to drag people kicking and screaming behind medicine which is good for them, the public will only go with you so far. You've heard the expression, 50,000 Frenchmen can't be wrong. So if 50,000 Bahamians say, we are not following these orders, what are you going to do? Lock them all up? Where are you going to put them? Where? Which jail? Which space? The whole room. So you have to bring the population along with you. And I'm using that word, or urging you to reconsider this thing of coming down on people's heads all the time about this or the next penalty. The public is looking at things like double standards. The stories that you see, and we raised this here before. You had someone who stepped out of his yard, 71 years of age, steps out of his yard. It happens to be a Saturday. He's arrested by the police because you're not supposed to be exercising outside your yard on a weekend, on the lockdown days. And he ends up getting a $400 fine. Are you kidding? And then, so when the authority, we've raised this many times, when we say in places like this, and I heard what the Attorney General said the last time, the magistrates, however, take a cue from the executive and the legislature about what they're doing. So now I've heard, I didn't see it come up here today, that there's some penalty now of $20,000 for something. No, let me finish the point, but the $20,000. So when you start sending out a sign of increased penalties, the magistrate says, aha, those opposition people are talking foolishness.
Yes, that is one of the orders that I intended to just read that part out in conclusion, but I can go to it now. It deals with the situation where somebody has been placed in actual quarantine because they've been informed that they are COVID positive. Sorry. The unfortunate is an unfortunate circumstance, but if somebody has been informed that they are COVID positive and given a quarantine card and placed in quarantine, told to go and self-quarantine, and if that person, being fully aware that they are COVID positive, have been placed in quarantine, leaves the place of quarantine and goes to a public place where there is every likelihood that they could infect others, merely by breathing. That's another developing thing that wasn't known. It wasn't known. Just by being there, unfortunately, we don't even know how. All I can tell you is this, as I said, the knowledge of this thing is a day-to-day thing. It moves that quickly. And when it started, no one believed it. They thought you had to cough or sneeze. And then the Japanese did some spectral analysis and they realized it's just breathing. And then the latest, I think, was Johns Hopkins, did further analysis that just saying the words, be healthy, because the aspiration and the inherent pushing out of the in healthy, that spreads droplets just in speaking without shouting up to 6 feet away. So there was a circumstance last week where a person placed in quarantine with a quarantine card, being fully aware that they were COVID positive, along with their spouse, drove to a utility service provider. He went in to pay whatever. Somebody recognized him. Somebody knew what the situation was, looked out, and there was the patient in the car. That is the story that I've heard. I've heard a slight different variation, but I know that immediately thereafter, either the person who was in quarantine actually entered the building. That's the second variation. I'm not the police and I didn't check into the facts of it. All I know is that the building was immediately found out that there was this issue of someone who was COVID positive and in contact with others or potential contact. They shut down the whole workplace had to sanitize the whole building. And of course, everybody who would have been in contact either with that person or with the person who was in direct contact with that person, depending on which story is the accurate one, would immediately have to themselves be placed in some kind of voluntary quarantine should they be to see whether they start showing any symptoms. The penalties that you complain about are not unknown to Bahamian law. During the HIV period, during that period when HIV was highly contagious based on conduct, but there was no known cure, and there still is no known cure, but there are therapeutic treatments that basically have made it a manageable chronic illness, rather like a diabetes, as opposed to what it was at the time. At the time that HIV first came to the fore, it was a death sentence or a virtual death sentence. And at that time, under the Ingram administration, I think it was, we passed a law that anybody who, knowing that they had contracted the HIV virus, who knowingly had unprotected sex with another person, just anybody else, would be liable on conviction to a maximum of 20 years imprisonment or a fine of $5,000. So we didn't invent a wheel here, nor did we reinvent one. We simply took the penalties in that section of the law that was passed at the height of the HIV crisis in the 80s and early 90s, and we applied that to COVID.
Right. Okay. I happen to be around during that time period as well. And I disagreed with that as well, because I can't see what the value of that would be. But the point I'm making is, no, I'm saying in terms of what sentencing is supposed to do in terms of being a deterrent, it doesn't deter at all. It doesn't even think about it. And so what I'm saying now is, in this present situation, you're sending out a signal to the people who are in the courts that the way they've been dealing with these cases that have come to them before, and I mean, you've seen them every day piling up. This case, the next case, too. I wonder, some people were going out to, they said they were going out to Kentucky Fried Chicken or something. I don't know what the reason was. People in the car.
I think that Max suggests that that's a different point than to making a point about the sentencing under the existing penalty system is a different thing from criticizing something that is meant to be a specific deterrent to specific misconduct. Now, if you want to look at the generality of it, I could agree across the table with you that perhaps it might be helpful if the Chief Justice were to give some guidelines, because some of the matters do appear to be very minor infringements, and yet there seems to be a standard of 400 to 600.
So I'm saying, in this atmosphere, let me stick to my point. I'm saying, in this atmosphere, the magistrates, the courts look to the legislature and the executive to see what is the policy behind this. Yeah, they do. And so when you then toughen things, they say, that sends out a signal that we are being correct. And I'm saying, as one legislator, let me leave you out of it. As one legislator, I'm saying that I believe that this is disproportionate. The penalty is disproportionately being applied to people who have no resources to pay. And the irony is, if they are COVID-19 positive, where are they going to end up? In the prison? That's where you're going to put them because they can't pay? And then what? A facility where there are already complaints that is an issue? So it just seems like we're cutting off our nose to spite our face. Yeah, but I'm arguing that your deterrent is actually public education. That's your deterrent. No, I would never go in that direction. I'm arguing that your deterrent is public education. And I don't think you've given that a chance. I don't think you've given that a chance. And I also think that it is unfair to put the police in a position where they're the ones at the front line who are applying pressure all the time on people before something unfortunate happens. I mean, I looked at these long lines tailing back on the streets the other day. And what are they doing? They're checking to see, do you have some government ID on you? What is that about? I understand again, but you know what they said about the law. You know what they said about the law, which I won't repeat now. I won't repeat, So the point is, all of this comes to the reason why we're saying it's necessary, because none of this would have come up had we not been in this parliament today and you fulsomely explaining what the government's rationale is behind this. So the public position is elucidated because Parliament meets and Parliament causes the executive to account. And so that is why we are moving the direction. Now, I want to say, I talked about double standards, and today is Black Tuesday. The Black Tuesday has nothing to do with white or black. Black Tuesday, I think, was coined, I believe, the former the senator's father, as a Progressive Liberal Party writer, was the person responsible for coining the phrase Black Tuesday on the day it happened 55 years ago. No, not me. I was a little boy, so I watched it, from the newspapers. I'm talking about your brother-in-law's father, right, who was responsible. Oh, your father-in-law. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, yeah, I forgot. And the family. I don't know why you would want to correct me. In the Bahamas, they say my mother, sister, auntie, child, and you know exactly what they mean, right? Okay, so don't trouble me about that. But this question of double standards. Now, leader of the opposition, Madam President, just got thrown out of the House because he, infraction of the rules or whatever. We just saw it on television. There's a value in knowing history. And there was a man named Sir Clifford Darling, who was the Speaker of the House. And I watched how every time the opposition pressed him and pressed him and pressed him, and sometimes it was real disorder in the House, he was meticulous in avoiding ever throwing anyone out of the House of Assembly. You know why? Because the Progressive Liberal Party came up through a system where their members were thrown out of the House for so-called these rules, the rules. So he went out of his way to ensure that on his watch, that never became a part of his history. Yes, he did. He did. Yes, fine, that's fine. It's fine. But he was meticulous in that. So what I'm saying is that how could the government sit by and allow on the very day when the blow for freedom was struck in 1965, you throw the leader of the opposition out of the House? How do you do that? How do you do that? Amazing. Just amazing. This story about those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. It's like my talking to some of my friends on the Royal Bahamas Police Force. I said, you must have known, they must have known, that if you bring Jonathan Ash without handcuffs on, that people were going to be making a fuss about a double standard. Why would you allow the force to get in such a position? Why would you do that? Knowing what was coming up. And then on the same day, you have some fellas, 4 of them who were playing, according to the press, I understand there's a backstory, but according to the press, 4 fellas playing dominoes come in shackles because they violated the curfew. I mean, can you believe this? Why would the government want to get itself in this? That's why I'm talking about this view of sentencing and the way people are being treated. And the problem is there is pressure building up on this. And I'm saying to the government, you have to bring the public along with you. I know it's for their good and so on, and so you can preach till thy kingdom come. The people have to be with you. If they're not with you, it's not going to succeed. You got to bring them along. And if you apply too much pressure, there's going to be pushback. I beg you, as the Jamaicans say, I beg you, listen. Life in a bubble is sweet. Life in a bubble is sweet, but you must listen. You must listen on this. You cannot push the population too far. And the government is in danger of moving into a credibility deficit on this because it's invisible and because people can't see. So all the more, I described it to someone when I was on a radio program this morning. I described it to someone like when your mom used to look at you and say, don't let me have to come over there. She didn't have to whack you. She just had to say, just look. Right. Exactly. So this is how we have to deal with our people. Not everybody gets this. Not everybody gets this. Plus, I was talking to one of my friends who had some homes in the park, and he was telling me in these two homes, you have 10 people living in each home. 2 bedrooms, two bedrooms, 10 people. So the place is cheap and jowl, packed. So where are they going to go? What social distancing are they going to practice? Which yard are they going to stay in to exercise? The senator here said she's happy to get the heck out of her house and come here. So you can imagine, and I know she probably live in a big house. So that's my point. And, I think that in terms of the finances of the country, we've had a team looking at this. And, Chester Cooper has a team working with them trying to make recommendations to the government. And our feeling is that you have not exercised sufficient monetary policy. You keep looking at the fiscal side, but there's a lot of space, we think, on the monetary side to deal with this, which will give you in the short term, the same way you were talking about deferring people's rents. You can use the monetary system to kick things down the road. And let me tell you about my optimism with regard to this. Just before I was born, in 1953, there was a polio outbreak in the Bahamas. And all these things that you're doing now, when you go back to the newspapers, you see them all there. They invented a vaccine, I guess, sometime in the 50s, 1950, something like that, in the 50s. But when I came up as a child, the thing everybody was frightened about when summertime came was that you were going to get polio. It was in fact called infantile paralysis because it used to hit children. Who remembers that anymore? These youngsters today are healthy as oxes. Why? They don't get whooping cough. They don't get smallpox. They don't get polio. They don't get measles. They don't get mumps. Because there are vaccinations available to stop it. They probably don't even know the history of it, to the point where measles came much later, right? Measles came much later. But the fact is they have whooping cough is gone. Lockjaw is gone. There's no tetanus. All of that has come since I was a child. So we have a healthier population. But who remembers it? Who remembers it? They say one of the things, the flu epidemic in the First World War that killed 50 million people around the world, 500,000 of them in the U.S. And the cultural memory, the collective memory, no one remembers it. So my view is that in 3 years' time, chances are no one remembers. The fact is, though, we have to keep our rational minds during this and not throw the baby out with the bathwater. As one reporter put it in South Africa, there's a fight between life and livelihood. Life and livelihood. But to tell someone who has no food and no money that they must wait because some invisible agent is going to attack them 14 days down the road, that does not add up to them. And that we have to understand. So that's why we're offering the particular amendment that we are. I too want to join with my colleague and all colleagues on both sides to say thank you to all of the service workers, EMS, they keep saying that they're left out, the prison officers, defense, police, the nurses, the doctors, all doing a great job. And we appreciate the service that you are performing. And anything we can do to support the work they do so that we continue to have a healthy population, Progressive Liberal Party will support that. And with that, I'll move that amendment if I can have a second.